Welcome back to the channel. Huge video today. It's Apple season, baby. You already know we got the iPhone Air and the 17 Pro Max in the house. Videos coming soon with these guys, stay tuned. But today we're not focusing on those. We are focusing on the AirPods Pro Gen 3s. Now, if you guys saw my video where I did an extremely long-term review of the AirPods Pro Gen 2, you know that I use those literally every single day since launch day, which was over 1,000 days from then until now. And AirPods Pro are my most used tech product pretty much of all time. All right, so here we have them. These are the Gen 3s. I can already see what looks like a few little differences just based on the art here. Of course, I've got the Gen 2s in my pocket right now, so we'll definitely compare these side to side. But box is nice and simple, very Apple-like. It is embossed, of course, beautiful. So we'll go ahead and throw this on the floor as we do. All right, so flipping them over, we've got our nice little pull tabs. And I've pulled a lot of these tabs lately, guys, and let me tell you, never gets old. This is one of my favorite parts of doing this. All right, popping open the AirPods Pro Gen 3s, designed by Apple in California. Gotta love it. Really quick for you guys, let's just see what is in here. We've got a quick little setup guide. There we go. Oh, talks about tracking your heart rate, covers the new sizes of the ear tips, because there are now 5 different sizes of ear tips, going from extra, extra small all the way to large. So they did redesign the ear tips. I'm very excited for that, honestly, because as much as I loved the Gen 2s, they had a knack for falling out of my ears, especially when I was eating or talking. So if this is a good enough redesign, I will be so happy. You guys, you have no idea. I don't know why I'm trying to put these back in the package. You guys don't care about that. All right, here they are. Nice, shiny, white case. There we go. Beautiful. All right, opening them up for the first time. You always forget how good a new AirPods case feels. It's just something so nice about it. It's so shiny. It feels so good in the hand. Beautiful. So the case itself looks very, very similar to the Gen 2s. Again, I'll pop those out in a second here. So opening them up, there we go. Oh, it's beeping at me. And then pulling them out for the first time. Okay, so I can immediately see how different these are compared to the Gen 2s. The weight of these compared to the Gen 2s feel very similar. So that was the right one. Here is the left one. Very nice. And I'm pretty sure that is the heart rate sensor right there. Let me know if I'm right or not. I might be mistaken, it might be that one. I don't remember. I don't have all the tech specs memorized, you guys. Cool, so there is the case. And then I believe we have ear tips in the bottom here. Let me show you guys the new sizes of these. All right, so extra, extra small. That is crazy. Do you guys see how small this is? Man, some of y'all really have the tiniest ears. And all the way to the large right there. So the ones that you see on them right now are mediums, but of course you can pop them out and try on the different sizes. I typically go for medium, so I think I should be fine with these. All right, so now the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Let's go ahead and open these guys up. So starting with the Gen 2s, here's the Gen 3s. So immediately we can see multiple differences between the two of these. The Gen 3s, not only is the case a little bit taller, but it's also a little bit wider. Let me try to line these up with the port here at the bottom. A little bit wider between the two of these, you guys. You can really tell if I hold them this way. So wider and taller on the Gen 3s, but they feel pretty similar when it comes to weight. So you're really not gonna notice a huge difference, although this will take a little bit more pocket space, but that's okay. Happy compromises. All right, so let's pull these out and compare them to each other. So again, We've got the Pro 2 on the right side here. I'm gonna keep the Pro 3 on the left. So immediately we can notice the difference between the two of these. These are kind of a little bit more bulbous and rounded up here where it sits in your ear versus this one, which is a little bit more flat. And I have a feeling this is the main reason why these fall out of so many people's ears is because of this shape here. So with this shape, it should grip a lot better and it sits in the ear very nicely with the ear tip, which by the way, comparing the two of these, a lot less squishy on this one due to the added foam in the ear tips. So that's really nice. So these are a bit more rigid. And of course, that's what leads to the better noise cancellation as they claim. So yeah, nice little difference between the two of those. There is the sensor on the side. We've got the top of them there. Heart rate sensor right there versus no heart rate sensor on the 2s. We'll go over this side. That looks mostly the same. But one thing I am noticing, you guys, I'm not sure if you can see from this angle, the 3s have a thicker stem than the 2s. Let me hold it this way. Okay, so hopefully that difference is a little bit more obvious holding them like this. It's definitely thicker on the 3s. The 2s are a bit smaller. I'm not seeing any difference between the touch sensor or anything like that, but definitely a little bit stockier on the 3s, probably for like added components, maybe some battery stuff. Comparing both of these, they feel pretty identical in weight, but to be honest with you, these are such light earbuds to begin with. It's really difficult to measure something like that, but I'm not noticing any huge discrepancy. Yeah, so there we have it, you guys. Quick little comparison between the two of these. Let me just try to get a couple more angles for you, just so you can see. Yeah, I'm very excited to try out the 3s because the 2s had a knack for falling out of my ears, especially when I was like talking or eating. So we can hope that I can just keep the 3s in my ears until forever. All right, let's go ahead and put these guys back in their case, and we'll get our world famous snap. Very nice. Sounds great. And one thing I'm just now noticing is the light, like the little status light on the 3s is different compared to the 2s. So with the 2, you've got kind of like an integrated LED that you guys can see there. I can actually rub my finger on it and you can easily see that it's a light. But with the 3s, if I don't open it, it doesn't look like there's a light at all until you open it and see that it's actually integrated into the plastic. That is really cool to see. And there it is in red, letting us know that's charging. That's a beautiful design. I actually really, really like that. All right, so I'm gonna pop these in my ears. We're gonna do a little bit of listening. I'll give you my immediate first impressions. I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, let me go ahead and try these out. Here's a little sneak peek. I got the 17 Pro Max. Cosmic orange, 512 gigabytes. Amazing phone so far. I've got a lot of thoughts, so if you want to see those, go ahead and get subscribed. There we go. All right, so AirPods Pro. Let's get these guys set up, shall we? Got the nice little spin. All right, so it's telling me to put them in both of my ears. Here we go. Oh, these fit so much differently than the other ones. I can immediately tell these are way grippier. That is like very much in my ear. Oh, these are so much better. Upgrade of the year, honestly. Okay, I have noise cancellation on. I can't hear anything. Okay, back to transparency, which sounds fantastic, by the way. All right, so it's asking, how do the AirPods Pro feel in your ears? They feel pretty good. This feels pretty comfy. Like I said, I was a medium for the Gen 2s. So I think medium still works pretty well for me. It's telling us about media and call control, so that has stayed the same. Personalized volume, I will go ahead and turn that on. And then conversation awareness, I've heard that this feature actually got better in the Gen 2s, so I will go ahead and give that a shot. We'll go ahead and turn that on, and then control your AirPods by moving your head. I do like this feature. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that on. And then here's the brand new stuff. So track a workout with a heart rate, because of the heart rate sensors in the Gen 3s. So I cannot wait to give that a try and let you guys know what that is like. Live translation, I'll set it up, but to be honest with you, I don't know if I'll ever use it. Hearing test, Of course, you can take a pretty high level hearing test using your AirPods Pro. You could do this with the Gen 2s and they're also there on the Gen 3s. But luckily I've done that in the past. I have very, very minimal hearing loss, which I'm very grateful for. And there they are, AirPods Pro Gen 3. They do not have a lot of battery out of the box, let me tell you. All right, 25%. What can I listen to with 25%? Let's give it a try. All right, so let me find a couple quick tracks for you guys. I will play these. I will give you my professional audiophile grade opinion. I'm just kidding. All right, what should I bump first? Let's do Homicide Gang. I'm messing with the new album. Let's do some Homicide Gang. Whoa. It is very responsive when you stop talking. It immediately dropped the volume as soon as I said like anything. So that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. Man, that's so responsive, that's insane. Sounds very good sound quality with these. I'm already impressed. Let me go to some somber. I've been messing with somber lately. Wow. You guys, these are a phenomenal upgrade. Let me tell you, like I said, I use the Gen 2s every day since I got these. So I noticed the immediate like small differences between these. The sound quality on the Gen 3s, this is no joke, guys. Like this is over-ear headphones level of quality. And I'm at like a comfy listening volume. It's full, it's very loud. Beautiful sound. All right, so let me go ahead and pause these really quick. I wanna try out noise cancellation mode. Obviously I'm in the studio right now, so it's not very loud, but I wanna see if I can like literally not hear anything. Let me give it a shot. Oh wow, okay, so it's very quiet. It turned off because I started talking, but you can immediately hear everything just like go to a whisper. So I'm gonna have to give that a full test for my review. But first impressions out of the box, you guys, that is just wild. Oh, it just started again. Dang, that's crazy. And one thing I'm noticing just listening to myself talk here, I know Apple mentioned that transparency and hearing yourself talk and listening to other people talk is supposed to sound more natural this year. Just listening to myself, it doesn't sound like I'm wearing headphones at all. It's a little bit quieter than real life, obviously, because I've got earbuds in my ears, but tone and everything sounds exactly like how it would if I wasn't wearing them. So that's very impressive. And again, something else I'm going to be testing here. So let me run through one more song really quick for you guys. Go ahead and skip to chorus here. Guys, we need to give it up for Apple because they freaking cooked with these. These are so good. I might have to find a different ear tip size. I'm not sure if medium is right for me, but guys, this sound quality is some of the best I've ever heard, earbuds or otherwise. And I don't even have Spotify lossless. I'm just running like high quality. Insane. These are so good. I'm so glad I got these. I don't even want to take them on my ears, but I need to let them charge so I can review them. But dang. All right, guys, AirPods Pro Gen 3s in the building. They're here. I am so excited to use these more. You have no idea. If you guys have any questions about the Gen 3s, go ahead and let me know with a comment. I will include it in my next video. I'll make sure it's answered. That's just how we do things around here. Go ahead and get used to it. And if you guys like this video, please go ahead and drop a like and maybe even subscribe, as that does help me out an absolute ton. Anyways, you guys, there is a lot more content headed your way that is Apple related. It's Apple month, baby. Let's freaking go. And I will have some iPhone impressions videos for you very, very soon. I want to give it about 48 hours just to let it marinate. I already have some really big thoughts about this phone, and it's kind of blowing me away. So anyways, guys, I am Dan. I will catch you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace.